What's upper Dub Nation? It's me again, Rich at Let's Go Warriors, doing the unthinkable, which is to go live on New Year's Eve. But the audience on YouTube actually wanted this last night. And so here I am. And I've wanted to do this type of thing anyways. So let me just type in what we're doing on Instagram so you guys know what we're doing. So I'm live on Instagram as well. See that. Anyways, let's see, film study on YouTube, see IG stories for link. And we're really actually going to do film study of the Cavs Warriors game. So let me set that up, but let me first explain to people who don't know, who am I? As you can read in the description, I'm doing a little bit of time stamping in there. So my name is Rich, and I've been credentialed with the Warriors since 2009, so like 15 years. But I kind of just retired from that whole business. And those of you on YouTube can look at the channel, and if you go back, way back, there's a lot of behind the scenes from Oracle. There's a lot of there's our most popular video is one where Steph Curry hit 94 threes out of 100 in the Oakland facility. No background music, just another Wednesday in the NBA. And whereby if you go to the Warriors YouTube, the official Golden State Warriors YouTube, you can see Steph hit 105 threes in a row, which that's the record. And the problem is it's entirely silent, so you can't hear anything. And I think that sucks, but that's because there's probably background music being played. That was at a practice on the road, whereas the footage that I got was at the Marriott upstairs in Oakland, Broadway. So I recently retired from the gig. Because it was just too mentally and physically draining following this team all around the globe. It all started in China, 2013, as far as the Let's Go Warriors is concerned. And prior to that, I was with Golden State of Mind, and was kind of like, I went to a few games here and there, but I was like the main guy to write the recaps whenever I went to Oracle for that. So I always did everything from a behind the scenes perspective, because it made me feel like part of the team, first of all, and just observing how they were and how they acted as a basketball team. I come from basketball. I have run basketball leagues in the Bay Area since 2002. I don't do that anymore because I do Let's Go Warriors, and I try to focus my attention on YouTube and stuff. But I've used to basically live in a gym. So every Sunday I would be 13 straight hours of games, men's rec league basketball, some of it for fun, some of it really serious. I took teams to tournaments across the United States, New York, Fort Lauderdale, Houston, Dallas, Sacramento, LA, everywhere, Bay Area, had a whole schedule and everything. So I kind of know what it's like to be on a team, coach a team, how to, we had to recruit our own guys. I was just talking to my buddy Mark Sapinoso, who's a Lakers fan. They just got beat by the Cleveland Cavaliers, and we had some notes to share. So this comes at a good time that we're doing this film study. So the one thing I did want to make clear is that I do want to keep it high vibrational. So what that means, for those of you new to this idea of high vibrational, it's that let me let Muni Long explain it to you. She has experience with J.Cole, so let her tell you the story of J.Cole, and that's how we want to be in terms of like being the right teammate, being like the 19th man on the team, being like a fly on the wall inside Oracle Performance Center where the Warriors might be practicing right now or today or something, just trying to root for the team actually, and not throwing people under the bus. We don't do any of that. Oh, fire Kerr and this and that, because we know better. Like we actually have really close ties to the organization now. It's not like I don't have any of the Warriors on my phone. Like I don't, text them or anything, but it's like we're just that one step removed. We're an arm's length away from the team. And this is way different than any other social media platform or channel on the entire internet. So you're not going to find this with probably any other team. And I'm not affiliated with the Warriors either. I wouldn't want to be. There's too many politics in corporate America, and Joe Lacob runs that place like corporate America, I should say, for better or for worse. There are good things about that as well. But let me let Muni Long explain in this 30-second Instagram how we want to act when it comes to the Warriors.
Energy is first. You can sit down with somebody for 2 minutes and just exchange a few words and know where that person is vibrationally. If they talk about other people, gossiping, hating, like, all right, this might not go that far. I remember one time I had a moment in the studio where J.Cole was there, and I was just having a bad day, and I started just talking trash. I was talking to my other friend, Jerome, and Cole came in the room, and within 2 minutes, he heard what we was talking about, and he got up and left. And I just remember being like, damn.
What we say?
Why did he do that?
Yeah.
But then I realized we wasn't on the same frequency. He not on that. Complaining, that kind of conversation does not circulate in higher level rooms. He didn't judge me. He didn't say nothing bad. He sat there, he listened for like a minute, and then he got up and left. Because what happens is when you're high vibrational, most likely those people are going to bring you down. You're not going to be able to bring them up.
Yeah, so that's what we're about. That's Let's Go Warriors. One of the very many facets to what I do. So what I'm going to do for this film study, it's going to be this is my first time doing it, but I've wanted to go live on off days because I'm doing work anyways. I actually have a whole bunch of behind the scenes video that I could use if necessary, but we actually voted on it last night, and most people voted just to go through the film study. So what I'm going to do, first of all, is look at the notes from last night's game. So we are officially starting this now. We're at the 7-minute 45 mark. So let me put that in here. And so first thing we're going to do is we're going to, we didn't do the today's news. Okay. Today's news is right here. We're going to go to Discord in the background screen on YouTube. Can't see it on Instagram, obviously. But some things that happened today in the news of Warriors, if you will, or the NBA. Just scroll back up. Steph posted a recap of his 2024. Now, this has some background music on it, so I'm not going to play it because then it's copyrighted. We'll get demonetized on YouTube. Wouldn't want that. And then I have a lot of transcriptions from the post-game interviews from last night. Obviously, always do that, and those are on the channel. Michael Scotto of Hoops Hype with the latest trade intel across the league. Provide a link here. Now, this Discord server, I hope to have it live pretty soon, but for right now, it's like in beta, and pretty much only the blue wrenches on our YouTube channel have access to this for right now. Anyways, with the any mention of the Warriors by this article, Michael Scotto of Hoops Hype, who actually is one of the better, writers. There's inside people like really, now that Shams is number one and Woj retired, Michael Scotto is really, he's number two. And I mean, there might be, everybody else is like a beat writer that kind of naturally has sources, but this guy is like number two. I mean, Woj leaving the business kind of left a huge void, even though, Shams and Woj were always, 1 and 2. And then I would say number 3 is Brett Siegel, just all of a sudden clutch points. And these are like Michael Scotto has been around a long time. Brett Siegel's rather new, so wait and see. And then there's another guy that I'm going to add to this Discord server that I'm doing more research on as we go, but I'll add him anyways. So yeah, this Discord server, I can't wait to like publicize it more, because it's going to be a no-brainer for you to subscribe at least to the free version. And then to get the $5 version, all you have to do is sign up for our website, letsgowarriors.com, which is a Substack, and like that'll take care of it. But I also want to make it easy and make it you can subscribe straight from Discord, but we'll see how that goes. So talks between the Nets and Warriors regarding Cam Johnson were always exploratory when previously discussed about Schroder. Kuminga was not discussed in a trade package for Cam Johnson. Golden State is expected to remain active leading up to the trade deadline, league sources said. So this article, not a whole lot of news, honestly, but it provides a little bit of something. I thought this one was cute. Warriors Japan has Moody and Looney saying Happy New Year in Japanese.
Akimashite, omitete gozaimasu. Hope you're having a great New Year day. Wish you and yours a happy and abundant 2025.
Okay, that's good enough. There's some background music. I don't know about it. Here is an Instagram post from the Kyle Anderson household. So you can look inside their house there. That's him and his son. You can kind of see how Kyle is, his grandmother's Chinese, and she looks full Chinese. So FYI, or his mom looks full Chinese. Apologies if I got that wrong, but he does have Chinese heritage, and he does have a little bit of, you can kind of see it. Here's an article on Lindy Waters. This one actually came out after the Laker game. No, after the Clipper game, because Mark Medina, the writer of this, went to Intuit Dome to ask Steve Kerr on the podium about Lindy Waters. So I picked out some relevant Lindy Waters news, Lindy Waters quotes from there. So you take a look at that. We got Run It Back. I can't play this because this is technically copyrighted as well, but Mike Dunleavy's dad mentioned about Mike Dunleavy. And basically he told his son, Mike Dunleavy Jr., of course, told him that if you're going to take this job as GM of the Warriors, first of all, the owner loves basketball, and number 2, it's a really nice city to live in. Therefore, I think it's a good job for you to take. And so those were some of the factors. And he talked more about it as well. You can look that up on Twitter. And that's pretty much it. Quentin Post got his driver's license. So he's kind of like, off the beaten path type news that's on our Discord servers, as well as on the beaten path, of course. And everything is divided up into like each player and all of that. There's a FIBA post of Steph playing really good point of attack defense. Very interesting. I won't play that because that's probably copyrighted as well. And then we have just notes from last night. So with that, we're going to go look at the film. And that will start now at about the 14.5 mark. And the way that I do this is I took notes. I take notes during every game. I don't know if you guys notice. I hope so. Oh, wow. My jacket in the background is showing up. What is that? Is that a pillow? I don't even know. It's over here. Oh, it's a sleeping bag. Here, you get it out of the way. So the green screen works. Okay. So I'm going to go to the comments because that's where I put the notes. And here we go. Yeah, coming out the gate, Trayce Jackson-Davis blocked Jarrett Allen. I should also get the play-by-play right here. We're going to need the play-by-play to kind of analyze everything. I mean, first quarter was pretty good, if you recall, against the Cavs. Move that tab. So I don't know if I want to look at, a highlight of Trayce blocking a shot of Jarrett Allen. I mean, that's nice and everything, but we're looking for some of the under the radar stuff that we can be proud about. For example, Steph played great defense on Donovan. And let me find that. I want to see what kind of defense he had. And that's at the 11:03 mark. So turn the volume up here just so you know that I'm actually looking at game tape. Let's see here.
At 16 against the Suns. Mitchell, the kick out to Garland, bombing the three.
Garland came out hot, didn't he? So it was before that.
There's your transition, intentional, pushing it like crazy, Draymond.
10:53, that's not it. Go one more. Part of the problem is finding this information. So Steph came out in and out. Remember his first three was in and out, and it was like, oh man. And I don't think he really ever gotten on a flurry. Let's check his stats. Let's duplicate this tab. And let's look at the box score. Lovely. NBA.com. Uncooperative. So how much did LA lose by? 122, 110. Yeah. And my friend Mark was like, yeah, they're just a better team than us. And I was like, that's exactly what I said about Cleveland and the Warriors. They're just a better team. Steph ended up 4 for 14, 3 for 11. But at the 11:03 mark, which is coming up right here, so I will probably clip it. Oh, cool. Yeah, let me clip this. I think we can be proud of Steph's positional defense. We talked about that a lot. Yo. Here we go.
But Cleveland with Ed Malloy and
There's Steph.
and Derek Collins blowing the whistles. They're looking for NBA history. No teams make 20 or more threes in 5 straight games. Crazy. Cavs have done it 4 in a row. They shot 11 off the bat against Denver. Missing that through.
Yeah. This is some good point of attack defense. I don't know that it's sustainable beyond, throughout 48 minutes. But coming out the gate and ending a game that way, I'm all for that from Steph. So let's take a look at this. I think we can be proud of Steph for some of this defense right here. So let's put that in the notes. 19-minute mark. Looking at Steph positional defense on Donovan. All right, so let me load that up. Okay. Share screen. Yeah, so this live, we're just going to painstakingly do this. If you're diehard enough to actually stick with me on this, congratulations, you're a diehard. Steph is on Donovan here. This is really early, 11:30 mark, 11:20. And I got to step through this because I just can't play the entire tape for you, right? Get demonetized as it's an NBA highlight. Garland will send the ball over to Donovan, and now you're one-on-one. Steph squares up. You know, this perfect, perfect like defense in terms of the spacing. And Donovan's gonna now. They do a lot of this. Kenny Atkinson has a guy come up and then just flare out. I think they were expecting Trayce to blitz, and Jerry Stackhouse probably said, no, we're not going to blitz right away on Donovan. Let's see how it plays out. So now Donovan's in shake and bake mode, see if he can shake Steph. So he makes a move that way, and then Steph does a really good job of staying in front. And I'm proud of him for this, It wasn't going to be too easy for Donovan, although Donovan had the hot hand later on, as we all know. And he crosses over, then he goes there. You can see Draymond is there. Trayce has his attention there. So let me just step this way like that. Goes in. And Steph does a swipe down right here, which is pretty good too. But Donovan, being the superstar that he is easily able to find a wide open Dean Wade who doesn't make it, and Dennis has no choice but to like body up Jared Allen here. So people always go, oh, why'd you leave him wide open in the corner and all that? And that's casual fan complaining. It's not actual analysis. It's just them complaining using social media, when the original intent of Twitter was to transmit information like for journalists. Sadly, it has devolved. And Wade's going to miss this three-pointer. Good hustle by Dennis Schroder. But I just wanted to really look at Steph's point of attack ability there. And it was pretty good on that one. And I don't know if this is the right pace that we're going on. So, oh well. Dray to TJD left strong. The heck does that mean? Let me watch the tape, because I can't even read my own notes. I wish I had the score on there, because it's really hard to tell what's going on in the game because the scoreboard's hidden. 9:27. So it was at the 10-minute mark. Okay. There we go. Let's see. See if this is worth clicking for you. Oh, yeah, that's Draymond leaving an alley-oop for Trayce, perfectly timed. I don't know that it's that notable. Let me rewatch Draymond's ability to get to the rim.
And all these guys are like, okay, I like this guy. And they hit the ground running, and they have to look back six. And Kenny was an assistant for the French national team.
Yeah, fooled Wade. I think we went back to that a couple times. So we used Steph's gravity. Let's clip this one. I don't know how much progress we're going to make today at this rate. This is like super slow. But this is really what I would do if I were actually doing the film breakdown.
Those one guys on the West Coast, he was intentional about making sure
we'll clip this one.
Those relationships early. And there's nothing like a first impression. And all these guys are like, okay, I like this guy. And they hit the ground running, and they have to look back six. And Kenny was an assistant for the French national team at the Paris Olympics. It's just straight the Draymond is moving in a different.
Okay. Man, that first quarter was pretty good. Send that one over. Let me rename the first file to Steph positional defense. And then this one's going to be Draymond, Dray, attack, gravity lob. Yeah, that's what we'll call it. And Let me show you on YouTube this highlight. Now, what I like about this is it utilizes Steph's gravity. Here's Wiggins on the right side, and then he's going to get a pick from Trayce, and then that will get Jared Allen on him, because prior to that, it was Evan Mobley. And then Wiggins is going to do like a shake and bake. Jarrett retreats, but he passes up a three. So then he'll swing it to Draymond. And this is where the gravity occurs. Both Garland and Wade are thinking that Steph is going to go do a dribble handoff with Draymond, probably. Let's see. No, he just hits a pick. But I do think it's the expectation of the Cavs is that he would come out. But in any case, he sets a pick on Wade instead, and that gives Draymond the lane. And I think they were able to do this a couple times. And then I wonder if Kenny Atkinson made an adjustment to say, let's not get beat on that one anymore. Who knows? But yeah, here's where, or maybe they took away the lob. Maybe later on what they did was, all right, Schroder's struggling, so let's just have Donovan just stay on the inside of Trayce. And we got the lob to Trayce here from Draymond. So really nice set. And so that was early success on that front. Kind of makes you wonder what the hell happened later on. Okay, let's see what else is in our notes. TJD got offensive rebounds and Dennis hit a three. He was very active. Trayce was active all over the place. Wiggins made a three over Mobley. Dennis, bad screen on Allen. And then that charge that Kenny Atkinson challenged, and it did not work. Let me look at the bad screen. Oh no, Jared Allen did a bad screen on Dennis. And that's just Dennis being Dennis, like he's pestering the play. 8:16 mark. Let's see. So as long as Dennis remains consistent on defense, he will be of value to the Warriors.
He just wasn't elusive enough to.
There's the charge. A little bit before that. Yeah, there we go. So Andrew hit a three. Let me see that one. What happened? Just fired it over Mobley. What was Wiggins' numbers? 5 for 9. That was the only three he hit. That sucks. He's actually 5 for 9. Wow. All right, so let's watch Dennis do this defense.
Pretty nice first 4 minutes.
I don't know that that's that interesting. Second quarter, though, we're going to start seeing some bad plays.
Pretty nice first 4 minutes.
You know, the crazy thing is Dennis was late to guard Garland. Dennis was actually late. Gosh. I think it's just a bad play by Jared Allen. Let's take a look at some comments. Okay. The Warriors might as well play Quentin Post. Bro, that's not happening, man. Come on now. What's up, Bobby? And aim assist. Instagram link to YouTube doesn't seem to work. Ah, crap. Thanks for letting me know, Pamela. Let's see. What? Oh, man. Now I got to delete it. Thanks for letting me know. Delete from both. Oh, jeez. Hold on, guys. Got to go do something. Film study. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. Wow. That's really helpful of you. Appreciate that. Here we go. Now live for X's and O's. Okay. By the way, I forgot to say Happy New Year to people who are already in the new year. We should take a poll. See how many people are actually in 2025 already. Okay. That'll work. Let's take a poll. Let's see. Are you in 2025 already? Yes, no, or you're too drunk to answer. I guess Dean's the only Blue Ranch on right now, other than Arbel. Arbel, 3 hours behind in Hawaii. Vince, what's up? Happy New Year, Dean. Okay. We can move on. 7-minute 40 mark. I have no notes until 7-minute 40. That's strange. Maybe I was busy kicking out low vibrational people. 7-minute 40. Oh, okay. Of the first quarter. I thought we were in the second quarter. Wiggs got an offensive rebound, tap. Steph threw the ball to the other team, but as I recall, it did not hurt us. Trayce got an offensive rebound putback. Dennis got a hezzy move past Jared Allen. Everything was going fine. Wiggins to Draymond on a cut. That should be Darius Garland. I put WG Winston Garland. That's not correct. Darius Garland got an and one. Draymond talks to him. 5:49 mark. So let's look at the play-by-play. 5:49. What was the score at the time? We're up 16-13. 16-11. We're up 16-11. And Darius gets an and one. Darius played great. And he also did so tonight against the Lakers. Healed bad pass. But J.K. and Wiggins got back on defense. J.K. finished downhill on the rip through move, which we took a look at last night. And Steph got a rebound and did the bounce pass to Buddy 94 feet. Hope you guys remember some of these plays. Let's see what the score was. We're only up by 6. But, you know, Cavs, high-powered team, both offense and defense. So to be up by 6 on, you know, kind of the number 1 team in the league, that's pretty good. I don't think I really need to dissect too much of that. Then we got the shot clock violation. I would love to see that one again. 3 minutes, 40 seconds, and that's probably without Steph. Sub out Curry at 4:12. Buddy blows a layup, and then we do a shot clock violation. 3:40 mark. Let's see. 3:40. Yep, Buddy misses a layup, and then, man, missed layups are almost like turnovers. But let me go take a look at that. Let's see, what was the score? 19-22. 19-22. So way later than where we were. I don't need it that loud. Okay, 22-16. And then 22-19. So Garland's going to get a 3 on the next possession. And before that,
Wiggins has to make something out of nothing, getting around screws a little bit. You just see the Cavs. They're working on a string defensively. It's still Warrior ball, but only 2.3 to shoot. What's your quick hitter?
Yeah, there's another pass that gets deflected, and then the second unit comes in, and it's 2.3 seconds on the shot clock. So it wasn't really anybody's fault, right? 4:14, no. So this right here, okay. 2 seconds left. Yeah, that was bad. Moody comes in and has to do a hand grenade. So that was bad, but it was really Wiggins' fault for going in and trying to kick out, and ball got deflected. He just underestimated the length of the Cavs. We always do that. We always underestimate the length and kind of take it for granted. But Niang's going to get a 3, or Garland's going to get a 3, yeah. That's just Garland going, oh, Buddy Hield's on me. I think Buddy was fouled on that one. Let's see if we can absolve Buddy of guilt here. Still got to make that. I mean, I'd be mad at myself if I missed that one, even with the foul. Yeah, he got fouled. Still should make it, but then again, got fouled. So probably still should make it. Let me show you guys. Okay, we're going to rename this to Buddy Mislay Foul. There were quite a few like calls that could have gone the other way, but not saying that's why we lost, but that happens. Share screen. Here we go. So Garland just hit from right here. He hit from downtown. He hit from Vallejo. And then Dennis does a throw ahead, which as Steve said on the podium, we had like 8 throw aheads in the first quarter, and then only 3 in the second quarter. So right here, Buddy gets the ball. Garland's all over him. He just made a 3 over here, and you're going to see him foul Buddy if we do playback speed 0.5. And right there, his left arm is righting his ribs, and he even pushes out as Buddy goes up. Buddy still should make that. It should be an and one. Finnezy's looking right at it, but maybe he can't see the forearm. Finnezy's right here. Again, I think we should have 4 refs. You put 2 guys on the baseline would be ideal for me. So maybe this angle, Finnezy can't see it. And so that's why you got to make these regardless. So that's Buddy smoking a layup, even though he was fouled. And that's unfortunate. I'm going really slow on this, but oh well. Okay, next one was, gonna look at my notes. J.K. had good help on Donovan's drive. Pick and roll on the nail, fade away, trickled in. Then he attacked, and then he went to a lob to Trayce versus the zone. Moody with a bad pass. Okay. Mo got a reload 3 over Evan Mobley. But he actually played strong defense. Wow. Okay. So that's promising. I kind of want to just go ahead to the second quarter and see just what went wrong. First play of the second quarter. So the first quarter was 27-26 Warriors. Second quarter is where we kind of lost it. And looking at the notes, 11:47 mark, rip through, no call. Let's see.
I told you, game, and that's the mentality you want a guy like that to have, because he's going to be take care of score.
Okay, let's fast forward this. It'll be a while.
25 and looked most raised.
Really accentuate the contact.
Okay.
18 points in the paint of their 27 points. And a lot of those points are coming in. Some of it is Kaminga got
Huh.
there. Some of it's got a 30% off. Yes.
How did Malloy miss that one?
18 points in the paint of their 27 points. And a lot of those points are coming in.
Strange. But that's, I'm pretty sure Kaminga was fouled there, so we didn't get the benefit of a lot of that stuff all night. I don't know what you do.
Schneider, the team president, he knows better than to have something not be 30% off. Yes. He improved that 30%. He ordered 18 points in the paint of their 27 points. And a lot of those points are coming in. Some of it is.
Okay, on this one, Fitz is saying that JK needs to accentuate the contact. Yeah, you do need to sell it. And again, Finney Ransom in the wrong spot. Couldn't see it. So we'll look at this and not be happy about it. J.K. rip through, no call. Let's see here. Okay, let's present that. All right. 46 more. Okay. Here's the set. Draymond, Steph, Wiggins in the corner, and Lindy and JK. So it's a straight post up for JK. Then let's watch this move. I want you to watch Mobley's arms. Did they stay straight up or not? I'm not sure. Slow this down. Playback speed, 0.5. Good body by JK. He's being physical here. But maybe what you can do is body him and then fade away. So there's a lot he can do here. Let's watch Mobley's arm. Yeah, right there. Kept it down. Should have been a foul, I think. Yep. But Finney Ransom, as I said, if he had another ref standing right here at this hash mark instead of that hash mark, he would have saw it. And so, unfortunately, I don't work for the NBA, so I can't make that recommendation to Adam Silver, but you get more of these called. But Finney is in the wrong spot. He can't see this. Now, then you might go, well, then that's Ed Malloy's call. And you're right. But then, I don't know. That's it. Adam's league. So that just wasn't called. And at the time, still a close game. Let me look at the notes to the next one. Let's see. Okay. Steph had a good close on defense. Dray had a good physical base for a turnover on Karras. Then Dray with a bad pass to JK. 10:45 mark. Nobody scored. So that didn't affect us. Nobody scored. And we continue on this. And we actually analyzed the Draymond bad pass. We determined it was Draymond's fault, not JK's fault. I wonder if this one was that challenge that they did. I'm not sure. JK blows past Niang, got a foul. Steph got fouled on a 3. That wasn't called. And then, this one, JK got the foul on Evan Mobley again, and Atkinson challenged it. And for some reason, it's like if you hit the guy on the elbow and then you block it, it's okay. Like Adam Silver's league, man, it's not a league that I recognize sometimes. But Draymond had a great block on Donovan. That's with 8:23 left. And at that point in time, still 28-26. Steph makes Evan Mobley miss a three. Draymond finds Wiggins with the push shot. And then Ty Jerome with that three coming back. Yeah, Ty Jerome was a factor. But then J.K. got fouled on the touchdown pass by Ty Jerome, which was called sideline out of bounds. That was very frustrating as well. So Ty Jerome scoring a three 20 seconds after Wiggins got a jump shot. We got to identify these guys that really want to take out the Warriors for some reason. So that's at the 7:33 mark or the 7:13 mark. Let's see if our defense was bad on that one or what. And what was the score? 30-26. 30-26. Okay, Wiggins made a floating jump shot. Okay, got it. What was that? Okay, so let's clip this entire sequence. This is good. We're going to get good offense and then bad defense, I think.
Nobody has double figures for either team. Wiggins 7 lead the way for the Ducks. He bottoms a three. Kuminga had to get in there and clog up that roll. Kuminga took off.
Okay. Here's one of those, why'd you leave him open? Ones, which we will analyze very closely. So 53, 54 mark. Let's see. Wiggs slip roll on the split action with Steph. Then we lost Jerome. Can't be doing that. Okay. Wiggs, slip, Jerome, three. Let's take a look at this. Oh, Amy's here. Happy New Year. See out the corner of my eye. Let me get to halftime at least on this stuff. J.K. ripped through. J.K. ripped through. Here we go. This play right here. Nice split action stuff here. So we're doing the whole Draymond in the post thing, but let's see how it sets up. Starts with Donovan on Wiggins. Steph goes to Wiggins. Let's see. Actually starts pick and roll Steph and Draymond. That means Draymond is on Wade. Wiggins pops out. Therefore, Donovan has to switch. And Wade is on Wiggins. With Donovan on Draymond, we post up Draymond. He gets the ball in the post. Wiggins goes to set a pick on Mobley. Steph is going to go this way around, as everybody knows. And then Wiggins is going to do this roll. It's not really split action, my fault. Because the ball's over here rather than the ball over here. So Steph's going to go that way. Wiggins is going to, after he sets the pick, he's just going to slip to the hole. He'll be open. So after the screen, he goes. Wade's late. No, Wade's on him pretty good, but Draymond already knows that if I throw it up here with Wade on him, Wiggins can outjump Wade. He does. Niang is there. Good help by Niang. I mean, these guys are Strus. I always mix them up. Good help by Strus. Where's J.K.? J.K. read that one wrong, by the way. Like, you got to read your man. Like, if Strus is going over there, you go to the hoop. But again, it's just reps for J.K., by the way, as I dissect this film. Like, why is J.K. leaning this way? Like, only a young player does that. So you just stay there. No, just cut hard to the rim. Wiggins makes the floater anyways. And then fast forward 20 seconds later. Okay, J.K.'s on Jerome. Swing it back. Swing it over to Donovan. Let's see how this breaks down here. I think it's the point of attack. I think this is going to be Wiggins' fault if you can blame somebody. Then again, it's Donovan. So what are you going to do? Yep, he crosses over on Wiggins. Wiggins is late on the crossover, and that creates help by Draymond, which then leaves Mobley, which then JK's got to go to Mobley, and Ty Jerome's wide open. Let me see. What would I do differently here? Draymond's looks like he's almost signaling JK to help. I think it's just the point of attack. You got to keep Donovan in front of you. And at this point, he hasn't made any threes yet. So it's just containment. And the crazy thing is that the only guy that can really stay in front of this was Melton. Wiggs is pretty good, but he's like a chase down guy. He's not really that good at point of attack, as we saw in the game winner by who was that got the game winner? Austin Reaves. Is Donovan's move all that great right here? Man, it's not even that great. I mean, that's the thing, is just that there's not enough people like Draymond that can just dedicate themselves to individual defense. Like, you got to be able to read a guy after all these years. And like, that's what I would do. And you got to study him. And it's disappointing to me. Like, that shouldn't happen, because now Draymond has no choice but to help. So then JK's got to go over here. So this whole thing is because Wiggins could stay in front. And sometimes you have to look at defense as, should I contain him or should I force him to make a move? Now, if I'm super athletic like Wiggins, I can maybe recover. But the problem is Donovan is also super athletic. So that cancels each other out. So you're equally athletic. Like, you got to read this right. Otherwise, you're going to lose that battle. And he lost that battle. Ends up 3 points. So the funny thing is that, and yet Wiggins ranks as probably our best point of attack defender. And I'm showing you how he's actually not. Oh, gosh, what a spot to be in. But it's today's NBA. I mean, there's a serious lack of DeAnthony Meltons in the league, I must say. Like, people People don't realize how good D'Anthony Melton was. So this is with how much time? 7:09. So let's get through the second quarter. Could check my notes one more time. Where is that one? Ty Jerome 3. Dennis, bad pass. When the veterans make a turnover, that's not good. We're down 31-30, becomes 34-30, 34-31. So it didn't hurt us that bad. We're looking for that 12-0 run at the start of the second, probably. Yeah, we looked at this transition one, the 5-point swing. Last night we looked at it. So I'm not going to look at it again. But Buddy left Ty Jerome for some reason. And these little marginal errors can really cost you. But it didn't really hurt us until the second. No, the third quarter. Third quarter is where bottom fell out. At this point, it's still 34-32, you know, or thereabouts. And let's see. I should put the score here. Try and add the score next time. It's hard to do, though. A million things on the plate. But Trayce versus Jarrett. Merrill, bad foul by J.K. J.K. did a whole bunch of up fakes against Jared Allen. I even starred that, so maybe those were good moves. We should take a look. Dennis Schroder got a stop on Ty Jerome. And here's the 5-point swing where Wiggs should have just attacked. He had Jared Allen. The whole right side of the lane was open. But he came back with a Euro on slow-mo Euro. And then we got some more carelessness. 2:02 to go. Down by 6, down by 8. Oh, man. Yeah, this is, I wonder if this is where, no, it wasn't. Down by 8. So then we're down by 8. Plus 12, we're down by 20. Starting the third quarter. Okay, so Wiggins, bad pass, turnover. Golly. Two minutes to go. We're still down by 6, and then Wiggins, bad pass. Okay. 2 minutes to go. Let's go look for that one, because it's actually a pretty critical turnover, because then you come back and 4-point lead turns into 6, turns into 8, go into halftime. 40-36. Okay.
Those pump fakes, you're up in the air by yourself. He's able to step through there and draw TJD in. Garland's been the best player on the floor for either team. Well, that's how it was last time I saw this team, too. Donovan Mitchell didn't even play that. Moving this and there. They're such a deep team. Everybody else crushes you. It's the highest scoring team in the NBA. You're doing a miraculous job defensively, but you got to be able to score at some point. Now they're putting that open in. Allen's just reacting to these drives. He's just sitting there around the basket. Someone else drives in, pump fakes, draws his man. Oh, goodness.
Okay. Yeah, that's where Wiggins had a serious brain fart. And this is, if we're presenting the case to get Jimmy Butler, That's exhibit A, because Jimmy's not doing that. So I don't know why Wiggs does this sometimes. He just he's not a go-getter, and that's the problem with Wiggs. But of course, Dennis shot a brick first, so there was that as well. Let's watch some ugliness right here. It's just like every time we do something boneheaded like this, we pay for it. So quite a few Wiggins notables. So here we go. First thing is right here. Dennis gets the ball right here, and then he's going to throw up a brick. Right here, Wiggins should be cutting, get open, because Garland is going to clog up the space real quick. And I don't know what Wiggs is doing, man. But Dennis launches this absolute clanker. Wiggs is watching the ball. He's lost it at that moment. He's out of it, which then later will contribute to the bad turnover. Let's see how this one develops. Gets around the screen. Trayce is there, though. I'm going to leave Jared Allen. And yeah, there's not much we can do there. Trayce is just jumping around. Finds Jarrett. Okay, and then right here, look at Wiggs. He's just like daydreaming or something. Look at his demeanor. I don't know what's going on with that. Steve calls for a post up for Wiggs. Gets the ball. And it's just like he's out of it. It's strange. And here also, it seems like Steve is calling for the head tap, which is a post up of Wiggs. And Wiggs is like, oh, I got to get the ball to Dennis to run the point. And it's just, I think part of it is Dennis should demand the ball, but maybe he forgot what the play was because he's new to the team. And just Wiggins with the lazy pass, and Garland easily steals it. And now you're down 8, just like that. So just these boneheaded turnovers, kind of typical of the Warriors. And that could easily be cleaned up. So now you're down by 8. Go into halftime, you're down by 8. Nice driving dunk by Kuminga as well, but he had an up fake against Jarrett. I'll go reverse chronological for a second here. Dray got okay, so that was third quarter. Hold on. In and out dribble by J.K. We saw that one. Wiggs throws the ball away. Okay, cool. Let's look at the J.K. up fake. 4:09 to go. This is more of an individual move that we're looking at here. 4:09.
He will set you up repeatedly. He's going to get the drive. 5 points without trying to kind of.
Nope, not there yet. Okay, let me take a look at this. Jonathan pump fakes. Yep. Okay. I mean, we know what JK can do on that. And in and out dribble with 1 minute to go. I need to put the score in the notes. It's killing me. Because it's hard to cue it up on the tape. when I can't see the time unless I scroll away. This is one of those $40 million moves. This is one of those, like, nobody in the 2021 draft can do this move, which is going to justify a huge salary for J.K. Okay. Send that over. This one will be good. Whet your appetite for some JK. ESPN highlight type reel. JK in and out dunk. That's what I'll title it. Okay, and then we'll go to comments, see how you're doing. Of course, then we still got the awful third quarter coming up. All right, Draymond brings it up. What I like about this right here is screen by Dennis, and then Strus or Ty Jerome, is that Ty Jerome? I think, yeah. Ty Jerome tries to crowd JK, and he just kind of handles it really easy. Gets down low, goes right by Ty Jerome, who's not athletic at all. Ty with the fruitless try at the pick from behind. Actually, that's a pretty good try. JK sheds him easily. And then watch this in and out dribble against Jared Allen. Beautiful move by JK. We're going to half speed this because it's nice. Hold on. 112 mark. JK in and out dunk. And before that, probably was at the 1 hour mark. Wiggs boneheaded turnover and seemed lost. Okay. Half speed this. Wow. That's crazy. It's a crazy gather. How many of you can do this move? This is nuts. Wow. That's impressive. Okay, so that's the first half. Let's take a look at the comments. Whatever happened to GP2? Yeah, he's injured, calf strain. That calf strain, baby. Tough to deal with. Never know how long that'll last. I mean, Luka Doncic, calf strain, out a month. So he's out a month. Anyways, Happy New Year, everybody. Hey, Dean, thanks. Oops. Cleveland, Boston 7-game series, yeah. Wow, 5 refs. Dean says maybe 5 refs. Wow, that's a lot. I don't know if I'd have 5. Cool, Amy. Coaching has so much other stuff involved. It's hard to be a good coach. That's why I have a lot of respect for Steve. I don't know, people saying fire Steve or Steve sucks. They have no clue how to coach. You know, it's just like ridiculous. Shivansh is in the house. scheme thing, but that's nah. Maybe. Let me think. Wiggs losing Donovan. It's just like I tend to think Wiggs losing Donovan is just, talent beating talent. And that's not the right scheme. So either blame Wiggs or blame Stack. But I don't think Wiggs can execute a containment of Donovan, even if he wanted to. I mean, sometimes you can, but sometimes you can't. I mean, if the scheme is to allow the drive, then there's no confidence in stopping the drive. Like, put it this way. If I were coaching, if my team was guarding the Cavs, my old Asian All-Stars team from the Bay Area, I would scheme. For my team to do exactly what Wiggs did, which is, okay, we're going to flush him one. And let's say I had Draymond and 4 scrubs. I would tell them to funnel to Draymond because he can't stay in front of Donovan. Like, I would think that the first scheme is can you please just stay in front of Donovan? Can you do that? Like, so if Stackhouse is like, Wiggs can't do that. I mean, what does that say? So bottom line, the conclusion is Wiggs probably can't stay in front of Donovan most times. Now, I think he can if you really wanted to. So how do you light a fire on Wiggs to just come up with that? And so I see that as that's a hash mark for getting Jimmy Butler. Now the problem with that is Miami doesn't want to do just Wiggins. They're going to want J.K. So it's a lot more complicated than that. And I want to keep J.K. So it's tough. So anyways, I just addressed this one. Siobhan's Happy New Year. Nighttime Mike on Twitch. What's up? Oh, cool, man. Why does Ty Jerome always feels like he needs to trash talk? Everybody do that. Everybody. That's a thing in the NBA. Everybody does that. Bruce in the house. Happy New Year, Bruce. Warriors are mid. Breaking news, Warriors are mid. Okay, now let's look at the dreaded third quarter. Oh, man. Kind of want to call it a night already, but we started out well. The first play was an and one to Trayce. And then we didn't challenge the deflection off of Jared Allen. And then Donovan hits a corner three. Let me fast forward all the way to, got to get through halftime. Let's just do that. Halftime. It's at 11 minutes. 11 minutes 16. Yep, here it comes. Okay, we didn't hear the explanation And Donovan was hurrying up to inbound it. And then we didn't see the corner three, how it developed. That's Steve Kerr's fault. He can't let that happen. Oh, my God. When two guys come at you saying that you need to review it, oh, my gosh, they're just too slow on that. So where are we on this? 120. I don't even need to show you that one. Kerr messed up the non-challenge on the Allen deflection. TV showed Donovan hitting three. So we don't even know how they came up with the three ball. Although Donovan hurried up, and then he hit a three in the corner. So it was kind of like the one that Steph hit on LeBron. But I'm blaming Steve, but at the same time, they're so far away from the baseline. It's hard to see it in real time. And, you know, Draymond wants to review everything, so that confuses the picture even more. If he wants to review, you're like, he wants to review everything. Trayce probably doesn't do that all the time. You know what I think you do? I think you take a delay of game. So you got to be smart about that. So the solution is to take a delay of game. Just have Trayce go and hold the ball and not give it to the ref. Take a delay. It's not a technical. During that time, they can check. So, man, why do I need to think of these things? Why is it me? Like, they should hire me. Now, you can't do this if you've already had a delay of game, obviously, because that's a technical, but so that's just, that made the game, what, third quarter? Probably an 8-point game or possibly 11. Let's see. Step back. And that got him going. Oh my God, that got him going as well. That is a regretful play. But if Twitter was watching this, they'd be like, fire Kerr, he can't call challenges. The problem is that he's on the baseline. They're probably not getting the replay quickly on the iPad. That's where somebody should be sitting on the bench and watching the TV version on YouTube TV, right? So somebody on the bench needs to be watching the live TV, just in case you want to cover all your bases, just in case the iPad isn't providing you the replay in time, because we're all seeing it. Of course, there's a 30-second delay for the TV. So I don't know, but that is a huge play. Why? Because that got Donovan going. So you've got to take a delay of game. It's crazy because right here, looking at the play-by-play, that made it an 8-point game. Guess who hits 2 more threes after that? That got him going. You can't let that happen. You just can't. Not with the team, not with an elite team. You just can't let that happen. Draymond misses 2 free throws. And oh my goodness, look at this. So we got the and one. We're down by 5. They get the deflection out of bounds. We don't take a delay of game or whatever. The ref gives it to the refs missed a lot. The ref gives it to Cleveland. And so just like I used to coach my teams at Asian tournaments all over the country, like you can't trust these refs. You have to do everything in your power to like figure out the strategies for bad refs. You literally need a strategy for bad refs because they're missing calls left and right. They missed a couple fouls. They blew a review on the block of J.K. that was a foul first and then a block. Unless I can't recognize Adam Silver's league anymore. And then they blow this deflection. Like you need to go into a game thinking that the refs are going to screw up a good portion of the calls, and you need to have a hedge for that. And that's utilizing delay of games and just psychologically you got to tell your team that they're going to miss a few. And Finney Ransom has missed quite a few. So I don't know where he ranks anymore. He was kind of average for me, but now he's below average. So you need a strategy for bad refs in Adam's league. It's just like I would put a team into the national Chinese basketball tournament. I already knew there were going to be bad refs. Like, it just sucks when you like send them that, multi-$100 check. I think is 500 at the time. It's probably, 800 by now. Oh my goodness. It brings up so many bad, vibes of knowing those tournaments didn't have quality refs, which then I would go out of my way to find good refs for any tournament that I ran, because so few people understood how I ran my basketball league. Like, I didn't have time for the schmoozing. I didn't have the time for the dapping and all that. I was busy making sure the refs did their job and that your 60 minutes playing in my tournament was the best basketball experience that you could have. And that hurt me later on because people didn't realize that they love the schmooze. That's the American way, sadly. But one of my best friends, Mark, who is the Lakers fan, who they played the Cavs, I just texted with him, telling him about, well, look out for Garland. Garland is a vet in a young man's body. And he was like, dude, Garland killed us, man. And so like Mark, why is he my good friend? Because he understands me. Like, I didn't have time for marketing. I didn't have time for all this and that. Just like, I just made sure the operations were top notch. I ran it like a freaking military base, which he was born on. He was born in Guam on a military base. So it's natural that he would understand that. So look, that became 5 points became 8 points. Wiggins missed another 3. Hold on, let me watch this. And then they missed another call. Steph did the shooting foul. So that should have been a shooting foul. And then Wiggs is going to miss a 3. No, that was way before that. Where's the foul? Dean Wade personal foul right there. Okay. Yeah, Wiggins is going to miss a 3 right here. He has so much space in front of him. One more time. didn't do a flyby on Donovan. At this point, I think I'm more upset at Wiggins than Bruce is. This was not a good game. Very passive, non-aggressive Wiggins last night. Schroder misses a driving layup. Let's watch, or let me watch the Donovan step back. Yeah, he's in rhythm on that left side at that point. Probably should have called timeout. So Donovan hits another three. Probably should have called timeout to cool him down. Now they're up by 11. This 5 went to 8, and then 8 goes to 11. They're in zone. Cleveland's in zone. Schroeder's going to get his layup blocked right here. Let me see. Waited too long. Let's see. Wait a minute. What was the shot clock at?
Now they have momentum. They're in rhythm. Cavaliers are. They're starting off this third quarter hot. So you had a three that never should have happened because the ball is off Jerome. Steph should be shooting 2 free throws. He's not. And then Mitchell hits another three. I mean, that changes the complexion of the first 90 seconds of this game. Start the second half.
So Schroder didn't take the shot that he needed to take with 8 seconds left. So then he's out of sync. It just, wow. It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe that it's that bad. He's just not himself. There's no aggression. I'm going to clip this for you.
You want to cut off of Schroder's drive, like get guys moving around. Mitchell, here comes Cleveland.
And I don't think we called a timeout after that one. All right. Probably after this third quarter analysis, call it a night, because we got through the meat of it. We found the mistakes. So this one, Dennis Schroder takes too long. Mitchell hits another 3, no timeout. Here we go. Switch the screen. Okay. Okay. How much is on the shot clock? 9 at this point. So by the time he receives this pass, it's going to be 12 on the shot clock. This is a very slow developing play, oddly. Steph brought it up, and it was just so slow. Draymond, I mean, the pass to Dennis is a little risky. Barely gets there. Back to Draymond, and that pass isn't clean. Steph doesn't know when to go. Draymond wants to give it to Dennis. So does the pick and roll. At this point, you got 9 seconds on the shot clock. You have to shoot this because you don't, and it turns into oblivion. So he should have shot a push shot right there. Free throw line. He doesn't. Dribbles, stopped by Jarrett. Dribbles back out. By now, you're at 5 seconds. They're yelling 5, 4, and then he takes Jarrett, but he's smothering him. So very passive. A lot of passivity in it, and I feel like if you notice that your team is being passive, you have to call timeout and just tell them, you know. So team looked passive since end of second quarter. I mean, now I'm singling out Wiggins again, but it kind of spreads to the rest of the team. If you need to, you know, if you're unable to play with force, then that's a problem. So Donovan came back, running pull-up three-pointer, suddenly up by, wait a minute, was that even, no, that wasn't, yeah, free throws missed. Man, that just, the bottom fell out of that real quick. Running pull-up, 55, 41, 10, 12. Okay, I'm watching the running pull-up. Now it's 14. How do we go from, 11, yep. Okay, so ball got deflected out of bounds. We weren't able to challenge or do a delay of game. Donovan hits the three in the corner. Wiggins misses a passive three with Donovan flying by. At least give him a flyby. It's just passive. It's really passive. And then Donovan, he's in rhythm now. I just made one. I'm going to do a step back. Right foot to left foot, step back three over Wiggins. Now you're up by 11. Dennis, we just saw this. Dennis takes too long to shoot the ball. Now we're down 11 and they have the ball. And Donovan is going to hit another running three. Which just happened. Okay. I saw that one. Makes it 14. It's 1, 2, 3 threes in a row. Whew. Why is there a team offensive rebound on the missed free throw? That's weird. Huh. They got a free team offensive rebound? That's strange. Maybe this should come before that. Should be team rebound and then two missed. I don't know. That doesn't make sense. And then Mobley hits a three. It was Mobley. It wasn't Garland. It was Mobley. And then Wade hits a three. Man. Okay, Mobley hits a three.
It's a big possession here. 14-point lead, easy with these passes. Schroder, shot clock at 5. To get you missed that free throw in that year. That's the Cleveland. Draymond missed both free throws.
Then we call the timeout.
Switching baskets might help in terms of shooting. Still 30 is good free throw shooting percentage.
Oh, that was just a fluke play. Garland's pass got deflected. It landed in Evan Mobley's hands, and he drills a three. Suddenly you're down 17. Oh, man. And you're down 15. Wade hits a three after that. Jesus. Let's see how that one developed.
Top of sales. What?
Inside, Wiggins creating that. Andrews had a nice game. He's got some really good drives where he's creating for others. The Cavs are 40% team at three-point shooting percentage. So they start bombing those threes, and the game can get away from you in a hurry. Just one possession at a time here. Dean Wade the three. So all the threes they did need are three-point shooting percentage. So they start bombing those threes, and the game can get away from you in a hurry. Just one possession at a time here. Dean Wade the three.
Yeah, that's Dennis. Dennis is just watching. He's watching Donovan take Wiggins. Man, it's mind-boggling.
The Cavs a 40% team at three-point shooting percentage. So they start bombing those threes, and the game can get away from you in a hurry. Just one possession at a time here. Dean Wade the three. So all the threes they did not hit in the first half.
I think that's just him not respecting Dean Wade. He's a deceptive player, obviously. We'll take a look at this. So here's Dennis Schroder falling asleep on defense or just not being that aggressive. So Dennis and Wiggins didn't have good games. We kind of knew that, but now that you dissect it even more, not good. Okay. Show you this one. And then we'll be approaching 2 hours. Okay. We had a switch over here. So Wade's going to go up, and then Steph's going to just say switch because you're there already, Dennis. Okay. He goes, and Dennis trails him. It's called being behind him. That's in the scheme from Jerry Stackhouse. And then watch this. This is just so... Is it because earlier on Wiggins lost Donovan, so Dennis doesn't trust him? Or what is this? Because Donovan's going to take Wiggins here. Nice take. But it's pretty good defense. Good physicality. Goes. Look at Dennis. He's completely watching Donovan. What are you going to do right here? I mean, I would prefer you just blitz Donovan at that point if you're going to just stare at him. And I don't know if that's disrespect of Dean Wade or what, but Donovan delivers, and by the time the ball's in flight, you're just realizing the ball's in flight, and boom, he's in rhythm. It's just like, I don't get that. That's very un-Schroder-like. So then that makes it an 18-point lead. Draymond's going to miss a layup. Yeah, that's point blank. Misses it. We're going to get another bad pass from Wiggins. Oh, my God. Wow. Where's my browser? Here it is. Here's the play-by-play. So Mobley's going to score next. Oh, Wiggins completely fooled on that one. Man, when he's bad, he's bad. What was that? Hold on. I got to rewatch this. He doesn't run back on Wade. Wade overruns it, and Garland gets it. And then where's he going? There's like, he doesn't know where Donovan is. Oh, my God. This is embarrassing. This is really bad tape. Should I show you this? It's like he doesn't want to play. And he looks dejected. Golly, you know what I would do? Hire a guy to watch Wiggins the entire way. Once he checks out, man, this is not good tape. I don't know where his mind is on this one. So this is just really bad basketball. I hate to say it. I need Wiggins to play good, and I've seen him play good, but I didn't know it was this bad until analyzing it. Oh, man. And then after that, he comes back and does another turnover. Oh, my goodness. I should have kept it running to save from showing you another file. So Wiggs looks dispirited. Lost, almost. And you know me, I don't like to say people are lost. That's like really bad, basketball phrase. Someone in Wiggins's camp is going to tune in right now and go, "You're a Wiggins hater." I'm not. But now that I've dissected the tape, oh my God, what am I watching? So here, Draymond smokes a layup. Watch Wiggins jog back. Wade is going to beat him down the floor. This doesn't make sense. He's got a 2-yard lead. He's barely jogging back. Look at Wade. He's going to surpass Wiggins. Is it because Donovan has hit 4 threes on him at this point? I don't like, this is just really bad. So the pass to Wade, honestly, luckily for Wiggs, is off. Wade has to save it. At this point, it gets worse. He saves it. Wiggins is looking for Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell is here. He's looking over here. So he's like, oh, where's Donovan? No, he's actually behind you, and the ball is now going to go to Evan Mobley. And then he's going to hang his head. Yeah, that's bad. And it's going to get worse because what's up next is a turnover. So here's a turnover coming up. And I don't even want to watch it, but here we go. So it's Wiggs at the top. Trayce is going to set a pick. Goes down the lane and throws it to Trayce's legs. Remember that one? Let's see. Okay. So at this point, it's a 23-point game because Donovan's going to come back and hit another 3. So, and Donovan hits a 3 over Draymond. Yeah. All kinds of bad stuff here. Here's the Draymond one where he tipped it 3 times and couldn't get anything. You know what we found out? It's not the second unit. It's not the, second unit can't score with Steph off the floor. This is Steph on the floor. This is just atrocious basketball with from Wiggins and Dennis. That's my conclusion. End of story. That creates a 20-point lead that we can never recover from. Had nothing to do with Kuminga. Had nothing to do with second unit not scoring. Had nothing to do with Steph needs some help. Like, had nothing to do with, well, Steve could have called a timeout here and there to cool down Donovan, but like, it's hard to coach a guy to want to play basketball. And just the dispiritedness of Wiggins and Dennis, are they just susceptible to that? I don't understand that. It's hard to really know this watching game by game unless you're, courtside with the team, or you're doing analysis like this and you're just looking at this tape and you're going, this can't be right. This looks like a guy that doesn't want to be there. But I don't know. You can only hope that they went through this, and this is why poor Steve, he has such a tough job. He has to play strategist and psychologist at the same time. So that's my conclusion. It's like this one was lost by the first unit. Wiggs passive, Dennis passive. You got 2 out of 5 players playing passive. Steph was, Steph didn't even touch the ball all that much. Steph barely touched the ball. Draymond couldn't hit a layup. All sorts of mental side of the game problems. We laid down to Donovan Mitchell. We laid it down. Like, we gave up. And I think the lack of timeouts is pace-based, because the lack of calling timeouts is probably, this is my speculation, is probably due to the number one priority of creating pace. So when you're telling your guys, just inbound the ball, let's go, let's move it. Well, Donovan is hot as heck. He's hotter than the planet Mercury right now. So like, nah, you just got to go back to old traditional timeout. So all of that. This one is on Wiggins and Dennis, and to a degree Draymond, in terms of all those missed layups and missed free throws. And he's trying to get, I get it. I mean, he's trying to get Dennis involved and stuff. But I think when you, and another number 2 priority would be get Dennis integrated, sooner than later. And the number 3 problem? No Pajemski. That to me was the number 3 problem. So you can't really sub Dennis and go, okay, Dennis is out of it. Let me put Podz in there because Dennis is just out of it. I wonder what they do with this same tape that we just saw. Like, do you kind of go, okay, if Wiggs checks out again mentally, what do we do? You just throw Kuminga in there earlier, throw Moody in there earlier, probably throw Moody in there earlier. But me and Dean wanted to start Moody instead of Dennis. Try that one. So that's something that we talked about last night. Because Moody came in and was, fearless. Oh, Dean's in the house. What's up, Dean?
What's up, Rich?
Happy New Year, dude.
Happy New Year, man.
Percy.
Almost. 2025, crazy.
Crazy how the Steph minutes actually look bad. Oh, yeah. I think start Moody, but what if they don't start Moody and keep it the same? I'm going to be surprised if we keep it the same. Who does Philly have? Let's look at Philly real quick. They got their big three, right? They're healthy. Type in Paul George for the heck of it. Go to their latest game, which was at Portland. They beat Portland by a good margin. Okay, Caleb Martin. Oh, I like him. Look at all these guys playing 35 minutes. Paul George, 22 minutes. Let's look at his minutes over the last 5 games. 20, 30. Oh, only 23. Huh. Interesting.
Wednesday.
Well, anyways, he's going to be a problem.
Embiid is out tomorrow.
Embiid is out? Wow.
For the game against the Kings.
Oh, out tomorrow.
Yeah.
So then he'll play in our game.
Sounds like it, yeah. It says for rest purposes.
Okay. So Tyrese.
Andre Drummond out with toe. Eric Gordon out with mouth injury, questionable. They're both questionable. And Kyle Lowry is day-to-day against the Kings. It doesn't say anything about the Warriors game yet, obviously, but it's back-to-back. What's up, everybody?
I think we got to start Moody.
Curry, Moody.
Yeah, Moody covers one of these guys, Caleb or Kelly. Draymond on Caleb Martin, probably. Moody on Oubre. I think Dennis is too small coming into this game against their.
Do we start Kuminga?
That one isn't a high priority for me.
Okay. So,
but if
Draymond, Trayce.
Kuminga for Dennis Schroder, I don't mind it, but then Steve's not going to do that. But he always, I don't know. Maybe he would do that because you get 2 ball handlers, which is Steph and Draymond.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I just don't think you can start Dennis against the Sixers. They're
huge, man.
A little lengthy. Because Wiggs for sure on Paul George, TJD on Joel.
What if we put Kuminga on him, George? Think you can handle him?
Draymond on Joel? No. Start Trayce instead of Draymond? There's a lot of options you could go to.
Yeah, that's true. We do have a lot of options. Just none of them seem to play 48 straight minutes of good basketball. But we play a lot, like 40 minutes, of good ball every night, it seems. Maybe not this last game that you were just dissecting so well, Rich. Was just kind of got lost in a good way and listened to you break down every little play when the starters were out there. But just for 48 minutes of consistent basketball, is what we really need. And haven't gotten it all of this year. We'll see. We'll see in a couple minutes, a couple hours.
Everybody has a master class against us.
Yeah. Well, Steph did that master class thing, right? Apparently the NBA watched it. Gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think they look too much for Trayce?
No, don't look enough, right?
It was just so discombobulated. I just think Dennis and Wiggins need to be aggressive. They need to look in the mirror and go, I need to get mad. I need to take that personal. I can't be down about Donovan Mitchell torching me. So multiple times Wiggins got the ball and there was space in front of him that he could utilize, and he settled for 3. But then it was mercurial, as Bruce likes to say. Like, and he got the one on the slip cut. That was nice. And maybe we should run more of that. Like,
I would just like the team to be more aggressive. Everybody driving down the lane, shoot the layup first. If they let you get to the lane, don't get, But I also understand that, like, you need to put up enough 3-pointers to hit enough 3-pointers to stay in the game. Even if you have a great layup line, if they're shooting 40%, 45% for 3, it's going to be difficult to match that in points. But the thing that Trayce really helped us with, I thought, was opening up the perimeter by putting so much pressure on the rim. Him and Kuminga both just scoring inside. I think we led them by 10 points going into halftime and points in the paint against the Cavaliers with all that size, all that shot blocking, everything. And if we continue to do that, the 3-point shot will be more open. There'll be less pressure because right now everybody's just focused on shutting down the Warriors down from the 3-point line, I think, because we don't typically.
You said start Kuminga. Did you mean instead of Wiggins? Because I might do that, especially after that performance.
Yeah, I guess Curry, Moody, Kuminga, Dray, Trayce. Yeah, well, I don't think Wiggins will have a bad game. I don't think he'll take it personally. So, yeah, that might work. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Would you do that? I think you said you would, right?
I don't know what's up with Wiggins, man. That was bad tape. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it wasn't only Wiggins' fault, of course, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, lighting a fire under Wiggins is hard, and that's obviously the league knew that before he came to Golden State. We proved in 2022 how excellent he can be when there is a fire lit underneath him. But I also got to tell you, I think Draymond trying to keep his cool, it's more difficult for him being the heart and soul for him to light a fire under guys. The fire's already lit. He's the best leader in the NBA or amongst them, but he just can't set that tone with worrying about the technicals and things, and that's fine. We need him to play, but I guess that falls on Steph, doesn't it?
Yeah,
do it, but he doesn't like to. He doesn't like to show that darker side, I guess.
A lot of it ultimately falls on Steph. I mean,
if
anything happens, like he has a say. Like, it would have been nice for him to have a talk with Wiggs. You're all right, bro. We need you right now. We need you to snap out of it. I don't care if Donovan Mitchell hit 3 threes on you or what is going on. You're settling for that 3. You got Donovan Mitchell is flying at you at the 3 ball, and you shoot it. Just do a flyby and just go in. And so, like, there's a whole lot of things. And then what else was I going to say is if Paul George goes off or Tyrese Maxey goes off, I'm sorry, you got to use those timeouts, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I was listening to you say
I don't
that.
care how slow the game gets.
Did you say we didn't take a timeout after the third quarter?
We didn't take a timeout after Donovan hit 3 in a row.
Oh, yeah.
You should have took one after the first one.
That's NBA Jam, The net is on fire. Timeout. Let's try and ice it a little bit. Yeah, I agree with that.
It's like the team just had a complete brain fart. I feel
we can't keep having brain farts. It's starting to turn into low basketball IQ plays. And you can't win that way.
A lot of it last night, honestly, was too much reverence for the Cavs. So you're like, oh, there they go. Oh, Donovan Mitchell, got to watch out for him. And so he does what he does, and he's getting hot. And it's like, oh, well, okay, well, let's lay it down. So
I mean, the Cavs did play excellently too. Like it wasn't.
That's where you miss a guy like Podz, because Podz doesn't care about that.
Oh no. And again, you know, that ability to mix it up physically without hurting anybody, of course, or anything like that. But you know, fouling hard, taking charges, diving on the ground for the loose ball. I mean, mental and physical toughness in the game of basketball is probably the most important thing. And I think this team is really earnest. You know, I think they really care about each other. I think they try to play team basketball, but they don't have a killer instinct most of the time, you know, in terms of I'm getting this ball.
Yeah, that's why you were pro Jimmy Butler when we discussed that.
Yeah, sure.
And like,
but even if we don't have him, we need to find a way to find it, Jimmy or not, you know?
We've shown it at times.
Yeah, we have.
We're going to need Podz, and unfortunately also don't have GP2 to kind of be a dog every now and then.
Yeah,
and
GP2 is a dog for sure.
I think sometimes not every coach is perfect. And so certain coaching staffs, like it's the opposite of Ime Udoka. You're always going to bring the fight with Ime, but then sometimes you bring like too much arrogance that it pushes you over the line, and then you do stupid things, right?
Throws you to the ground.
Yeah, like the Rockets did against the Heat, right? Did they win or lose that game?
I think they lost, the Rockets.
Yeah. So like that would be the thing on Udoka, but what he does best is to bring that toughness, and it went too far. So I think last night against the Cavs was too much reverence for the Cavs, where there was like it spilled over into no fight. Like at that point, Wiggs like, oh man, you know, here they go, and he's hanging his head, and it's just like you're giving up because you respect them too much. So I think that's one of those games where like the team that is your kryptonite is going to really make you look bad that night for your Achilles heel.
Yeah.
And, everything went wrong in that third quarter. It's nuts. It's crazy. Not even the calls.
Yeah. But the Warriors can't control that really, other than the things you were pointing out, more timeouts, a delay game, more challenging. You know, I don't think there should be a game for the rest of the season where we don't use 2 challenges. You know, unless, I mean,
I know, right? It does feel like that.
You know, unless we're talking about a 1-point game, you know, and you have to save 1 timeout. But I mean, there are games where we don't challenge at all. Come on. Can't throw that away. Not with a 500 team, you know?
And I think Steve has too much of the human side, because he criticized Bill Kennedy, not by name, but he criticized him. And then he goes back the next day and he says, yeah, I shouldn't have said those things about Bill. These guys are human and this and that. Like, that's the part that drives me nuts.
Wrong, no.
That's the part that drives me nuts about Steve. He's too nice of a guy. Like, just shut that all up. Like, you don't need that part. But nobody's perfect. So I'm sure if I were a coach, I'd have an Achilles heel that, you know, people would want to bully me on and say I'm a terrible person about. So that's where, like my dad jumps on Steve because he's a totally different personality. Like when you see Steve Kerr, like, do you think, you know, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant? No, you don't think those, because he played with Michael. So he you know, he got in a fight with him, you know. It's like he doesn't want to be like that. And that's fine. You take your own personality and all that. Whereas my dad is like, his personality is more like Michael and Kobe. Like he's a DICK when it comes to basketball. And he even said, I saw him the other day, he even said he had a reunion with his old basketball teams. And someone like finally told him that, you know, we kind of didn't like to play with you because you were just so like demanding and everything. Right. So like there's a dark side to everything. So, and he's saying that, and I'm going, well, like I've said before, you're the samurai warrior. What do you expect? You're always an a-hole to everybody, but I understand it. The intent is to win. I understand it, but you can't expect people to come back later and go, oh, it's so great to play with you. We won so many games. Come on now. That's the price you pay. You chose to go down that path. You chose to be a samurai warrior, and you did what you did. So it comes with the dark side. Just remember that. So,
well, I don't know if I quite agree that Kerr doesn't have a little bit of that in him. I think
sure.
We've seen him lose his temper before.
Yeah, but it's losing your temper. It's not like, it's not like Udoka-ish. Like Udoka doesn't really lose his temper on certain things. Maybe he did during the fight, but to me, it always seems like a controlled kind of, stern look. So Steve will blow his top every now and then.
Yeah. Think about him and Draymond in the locker room in 2016 or breaking all those clipboards, whatever. But
yeah,
the absolute honest truth is that there are areas where, when it comes to, mostly I would say when it comes to rotations, where I just don't always understand the thinking behind it. But my God, having Kerr, his ability to keep everybody motivated towards one goal, and his ability to understand, what play is necessary at the right time. Anybody who doesn't like him, name a coach that's better, and
as long as Steph
it's on the players, man. I'm sorry. This is on the players to execute. And Kerr to try different rotations, maybe a little bit more height, whatever. But it's on the players, especially the veterans, to execute, and the young players to not act like they're veterans, to not, get a breath, like go until you're tired, man. Like we need those fresh legs working hard.
Yep. Cool. Oh yeah. Sports is better too. Yeah. Everybody has their faults. Let's look at the standings. How are the Miami Heat doing? They're coming in about a week and a half.
Yeah.
16 and 14. Oh, they're doing better than us.
They're in the East.
Yeah, I know. But your record is your record. Bill Parcells.
Yeah, no doubt.
Philly is 13 and 17.
50 games to go. 2025.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all I got. Any last words? Let's see. Oh, we were going to look at BTS video. Didn't happen.
I don't think we're going to be a contender unless we make some moves. So I'm going to lower the expectations a little and just enjoy watching this team, watching Steph and Dray, and all the young players. And, I'm still recording every win and every loss in my little imaginary playoff series thing, having a good time. Steph's still the most entertaining, most unbelievable player to watch in the world. Love the way Draymond's been playing. We can be a lot better than we've been, and we're only 500. We're 16 and 16. It's a new year. That means we're at 0. This new season starts now against Philadelphia.
So we won't be a contender unless we make some moves.
I don't think we're a contender unless we make moves. I should say that. Yeah, we could surprise people in the playoffs, but what I mean is that championship level pressure. I'm just going to have fun watching these games. I understand we're a little bit of a flawed team, but we can play better. I'm excited to see the team.
It's crazy, though. I mean, did you think we're a contender with Melton?
Well, when we went 6-0 in the preseason and 12-3 to start the regular season off, that's 80%. You know, I thought we could compete. You know, won some big games against the Celtics and some other teams. Yeah, I thought we were a contender a little bit. Yeah.
So Melton's that good.
Well, it wasn't just Melton. Obviously, Melton and Schroder aren't the same player. Melton was like a small. He was a little bit Gary Payton-ish in being kind of like a 6'2" forward. And
no, I think he's that good. You know, I think he's
but
CP level.
There are other things. There are other things I think the team, you know, like I don't want to just put it on Melton getting hurt, you know. But yeah, Melton was.
It's the domino.
Very unique.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like gears and cogs. One of the cogs breaks.
Yeah.
You know, and you spend all that time
for an old engine, but if it doesn't fit, it just doesn't fit. And I'm not saying Schroder doesn't fit, but like Melton was a very specific part that's I don't know any other player in the league that's quite like him, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, those guys are like even better than him.
Yeah,
you know?
They're like 25 million, whatever.
Paul George is like Melton, but better and taller, you know. Yeah, he's a puzzle piece that just really fit. But
yeah, definitely. And I think his personality was pretty impactful. Never got quite the feeling of what that specifically was because we didn't hear him on the podium that much. But it just, every time I saw him out there, I don't know, there was an aura of confidence or something, you know? He's 26.
I still got to wait 2 more weeks. The time's running out, though. But
no, I'm not talking anything about the team now. I'm talking about what Melton brought. You know,
you said they're not a contender.
I should say I don't think so. I mean, that's still. We have Steph Curry, man. Yeah, we're a contender. Maybe.
How does that change anything? You're still thinking that, so you said it, and that's. I mean, I'm still going to wait a couple more weeks to go that, you know, that they need to make a move. And even then you're dealing with moving targets as well.
Well, it could be internal.
And then
it could be an internal development, you know, like Moody just start averaging 30 and 20 or something. I mean, that's not.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be a movie, especially the Moody part.
Or like for 36, that's actually not. You know, that's not that's not an impossible ask. Maybe 30 is a bit high, but yeah.
What are you talking about?
I'm not saying anything in particular needs to happen, but something needs to change, man. You know?
What did you 36 and 30? What does that mean?
Oh no, per 36. You know, if they get their numbers up to like 28 and 18 or 30 and 20, whatever.
You're a numbers guy. I don't pay attention to that. I don't care about who leads the league in points per game. I have no idea. It's usually
neither do I actually.
But like, I'll still give it some time. But like, then it becomes a moving target issue. Like, even in 2 weeks, if it's still 500 and we don't see an upward slope, then the debate is, all right, the whole wasting Steph part, right? That whole narrative becomes the surface. So I don't want to waste brain cells until we get there. But like, I'm not sure that I'd want to trade J.K. for like a Jimmy Butler. I'm not sure I'd want to do that. So in that case, I'd rather just go after Zion and go, at that point.
See, I still feel like just go all out for Steph. Don't worry about the future. Don't worry about Zion's so talented, but that's another guy you need to try and light a fire underneath him. And I don't know. Again, if we get him, I'd be psyched. That's a huge talent, on the team. He's an incredible basketball player. But
because the Bobby Marks proposal, it did not involve who? J.K. It didn't involve J.K. I don't know if that's doable though. But
for Zion, yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember what it was?
For Zion, it was.
Let's go look at the salary cap.
Well, it had to be Wiggins, right? And
yeah, it always has to be Wiggins.
Yeah.
26 million. Oh, he's at 36 million. Oh, so it'd be like I don't know, GP2 and
Wiggins, GP2, and probably a bunch of draft picks, right?
I would send a draft pick, first rounder for Zion.
I probably want 3 though, I guess.
You don't think they'd take 2?
Well, they can probably send Zion to anywhere they want,
Huh. Dang, I can't remember what the trade was. Somewhere in the notes. It's got to be in the Jimmy Butler video notes. So let me go look for that. Jimmy. Go down to comments. Oh man, I don't have that many notes on this. I probably didn't take good notes that night.
I think you said Wiggins, Pajemski, and Looney.
Okay. Wow, I didn't put it in here. Dang it. That sucks. Okay, Wiggins, Pajemski, Looney. We lose a big. Yikes. Kyle Anderson gets promoted though. At that point.
Yeah. Backup center, I guess, behind TJD maybe. Oh. Bruce is getting a little he's talking about a little tough love here. He's not going to waste his energy arguing, just timeouts for 30 minutes, 24 hours. I don't know if you know this, Bruce, but it shows up as 86,000 seconds, which I think is funny for the 24-hour timeout. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good resolution, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, there's always a pull of like trying to.
You could still. No, I think you're. Boy, is Bruce. I don't really label what Bruce does as arguing, though. But I think he has good comebacks. That kind of. Give him a comeback. Give him a comeback. Give him a chance. And then. Yeah. Well, whatever. It's up to you.
Yeah, thankfully we don't get as many of those anymore. We used to get really disrespectful stuff, and I haven't seen that quite as much. Some here or there.
Yeah, I know. Huh?
It has gotten better.
I'm actually pretty proud of that. Yeah.
Yeah. They just don't show up anymore.
Yeah.
Why would they? There's nothing here for you anyway. Are you gonna see Complete Unknown, Rich?
What is that?
It's a Bob Dylan movie that came out on Christmas.
Oh, probably not.
Oh yeah. Got Timothy Chalamet. You haven't seen any of that?
I don't really watch movies like that.
Oh, you're more action.
Yeah, and even that's few and far between these days. Yeah. I mean, like, I'll go watch the new Captain America when it comes out in February, I think. So that'll be fun. But other than that, yeah, I'm not usually going to watch a new movie. Wait till it streams later. And really, it's only
it's like Captain America, except instead of a shield, he has a guitar and a harmonica. Yeah, my parents went to go see it, but I couldn't make it today. I'd like to see it. I love Bob Dylan. It's great stuff. Wow, 50 minutes to go in the year. Unbelievable.
All right. So the next live, I might do a live tomorrow just to do the BTS stuff, behind the scenes stuff, but we'll see. If not, then it'll be Thursday, January 2nd. Is that right? Yeah, Thursday, January 2nd.
Yeah, I've worked on the 2nd, but I can hop on tomorrow if you like.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, if you go live.
All right. Well, all right. Here is the cello file.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys soon. No fire, please.
Yeah. That's right. Come on, buddy.
And Brate. Thanks, Dean. Appreciate you. Happy New Year, everybody.